Okay, now perfect. Okay, thank you, Chavila, for your help for the recording, and welcome to everyone. I guess some people will join slowly. Yeah? It's always like this. So today we try to review a little bit what we've seen last time about generalities and instances, and yeah, just to clarify some points, and also last time I made a mistake when I said that according to the Vaibhashika, the permanent phenomena are not causes. It's not true. Yeah, they would accept the like uncompounded space being an active cause. Yeah, if you check in pointing the way to reasoning, you would see some points about that. And there is a quote from the Abhidharma Kosha, yeah, from Acharya Vasubantu, who says that according to the Vaibhashika, they accept 6 types of causes. And the first one is Jegu, active cause. And uncompounded space would be one of them, yeah. They would give the definition of an active cause of a pot, for instance. They would say bomba dans zeta de kyanyi, bomba kewala gemi jeba yanyin peshitun sipade. Yeah, so it's a common base between something which is a different entity from cup and which doesn't how do you say obstruct the creation of the cup. Space is permanent, so it cannot obstruct the creation of the production of the cup. So the Vaibhashika would say that space, which is uncompounded, which is permanent, is a functioning thing, is able to perform function, and is an active cause. Yeah, so just to correct the mistake I did last time. Okay, and just to correct the name on the camels. Good. So yes, if you are interested, then you can check in in pointing the way to reasoning. Yeah. Okay, but the Sotrantika would not accept that, and the other schools. Yeah. So it's just a tiny point. Okay. So it follows. Yeah, we get directly into the debate. It follows that you know the main divisions of generalities. Mhm. Accept or why?
I can accept, but I can only read it. Didn't memorize.
Yeah. So yeah. So if the challenger is asking you if there are 3 main divisions of generalities, that would be difficult to accept. Yeah, because
Okay. You have to
termin
post it.
yeah,
Mm.
it's terminological division. It's not
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
yeah, it's a fake kind of division. Yeah. Okay. So, but if the challenger says, okay, it follows that you know the terminological divisions of generalities, then you can say, yes, I accept.
Accept. So type generality, meaning generality, and collection generality.
Yes, perfect. Perfect, Zigrula. Okay, so when we speak about type generality, it's the real kind of generality, yeah? Yeah, type generality and generality, usually they are equivalent, yeah? Okay, so so it follows that you know the definition of type, maybe first, yeah, generality, yeah? It follows you know the definition of generality.
A phenomena that encompasses its manifestations.
Yes, very good. Yeah, it follows that the subject, a phenomenon which encompasses its manifestations, is the definition of generality.
Accept.
Okay. And did we see the definition of a type generality? Yes, I guess. Yeah. Okay. So what would it be? type
I
generally?
read it, I'm honest. A phenomena which encompasses the many which have its type.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Okay. Yes. The many which has its type, Richen in Tibetan, yeah? Okay, so they have that type. Like all the cups in the world, they are pervaded by cup. Yeah, they are pervaded by existent, by form, functioning thing, and so on. Yeah, yeah. Do you agree? Okay, very good. Yeah, so as we said before, the generality has to encompass its manifestations. Yeah, it follows that you cannot find any generality apart from the manifestations. Yeah, it's not like a bubble in the sky. Yeah, the generality would exist where the manifestations exist. Yeah, yeah. Okay, very good. So it follows that the subject, the generality, dinosaurs doesn't exist now at the present time.
Accept.
Yeah, Daniel accepts. Yeah,
Yeah. At the present moment, yeah.
yeah. At the present moment, the generality dinosaurs doesn't exist. Yeah. Okay. It doesn't exist before because sorry.
It, mm, mm. I'm not sure how to posit it, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it remains something conceptual in the past. So
Yes. Exactly. We could say that because generality dinosaurs cannot survive when all the dinosaurs are gone. Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Okay. Yes. Very good. Okay. So yes, that's why the manifestations or the instances and their generalities are one entity. Yeah. They are one entity, and the instances are related as the same essence with the generality. Yeah, yeah. Do you remember?
Yeah.
I did some slides from last time, so we'll see that again. Okay. Yes. Okay. Very good. We've seen that. Okay. Yes, okay. Type generality, Richi in Tibetan, yeah. Okay, a phenomenon
Mhm.
which encompasses the many which have its type. We could say, yes, a phenomenon which encompasses many instances, yeah, because that's just another way to express that, yeah. Okay, so sometimes, yeah, the terminology is a bit more complex, but the meaning is more or less the same, yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
And it follows that the subject cup is an instance of functioning thing.
Accept.
Yes, it is an instance of functioning thing because mm,
Because it can hold my coffee.
yes,
It's functioning.
yes, okay. Yeah, because it is able to perform the function of holding coffee or tea and so on, yeah. So it follows that if
Mhm.
it's able to perform function, it's necessarily a functioning thing.
Accept.
Accept.
Yes, okay. And it follows that if it's not able to perform function, it's necessarily not a functioning thing.
Mm, Accept normally.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. If it's able to perform function, it's a functioning thing. If it's not able to perform function, it's not a functioning thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. But can we say that if it follows that if it's not able to perform function, it's necessarily permanent?
Mm,
Oh, why? So it follows that if it's not able to perform function, it's not necessarily permanent.
Accept.
Yes, it's
Accept.
not. Yes, it's not necessarily permanent because.
Um, because it could be changing from moment to moment.
Yes.
And it could be non-functioning. It is so you're saying a functioning thing that is not performing a function is not necessarily permanent. That's what I'm agreeing to.
So the point is that okay, if it's able to perform function, it's necessarily a functioning thing. Yeah, do you agree with that? Okay.
Except.
And if it's not able to perform function, it's necessarily not a functioning thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But can we
Yeah.
say it follows that if it is not able to perform function, it's necessarily permanent? Mm. No, because
Because the non-existent,
yes,
like a
exactly.
rabbit's horn.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the subject rabbit horn is not able to perform function, but it's not permanent as well. Yeah?
But an existing thing has to be a functioning thing?
So if it is a thing or a functioning thing, yeah. But when we say usually thing, it can be no, when we say like for instance, yeah, when we say everything exists or everything is selfless, we could say everything is selfless, we could say. But when we say everything, it means all. Yeah. But when we say,
But I'm asking because everything, but you said functioning thing and
Mm,
non-functioning thing. So is
yeah.
everything a functioning thing? Because
So
I would say the appendix has no function.
yeah. Okay. So we could say that if it exists, it's not necessarily a functioning thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Because if it exists, it's not necessarily a functioning thing because
Because they are permanent phenomena.
yes, exactly. If it exists, it can be permanent. Yeah. Okay, very good. Very good. Okay. So then last time we saw as well the three requirements to prove that, for instance, the subject table is an instance of object of knowledge. Yeah, you remember?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it follows that the subject table is an instance of object of knowledge because checking the notes,
Yes, yes, yes.
checking on
Reading
Google,
them, but
Wikipedia, Google.
firstly, because it's an object of so it's an object of knowledge.
Yes, because it is an object of knowledge. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's related to the same essence with object of knowledge.
yes, very good. It is related as same essence with object of knowledge. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Many common bases are established between, for instance, non-table and the object of knowledge.
yes, exactly. Yeah. In order to prove that, okay, we'll see that again. And in order to prove that a generality is sufficiently general,
Mm-hmm.
it needs we could say at least three manifestations. Yeah. Because when we have this third point, yeah, many common bases are established between non-table and object of knowledge. Yeah? So it means that table has to be first one instance. And apart from table, you need many common bases. Yeah. So more than one. So at least two. So it means you have three instances, at least three instances of that generality. Yeah. So that's the meaning here, yeah? Yeah, okay, very good. Okay, and related as the same essence, yeah, I wanted to go back with that. So first we have the meaning of one entity, yeah, you remember? You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
So it comes from a textbook on Dura, yeah, the debate. Um, sometimes we find very clear definitions. Yeah, so this one doesn't come from Yonzin Purbuchar, but the meaning is quite clear. Yeah, yeah, the meaning of one entity is different phenomena which wouldn't appear separately if they were suitable to appear to a direct perception. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
okay. And for one substance, they have to appear. Yeah, but they cannot appear separately. Yeah. Yeah, okay, very good. You remember well. That's fantastic. So this is the meaning
Good.
of one entity. So it follows that the subject cup and blue cup are one entity.
Accept,
Okay, they are one entity because
because we can't separate the blue from the cup.
yes. So it follows that the thought consciousness cannot separate the blue cup from the cup.
Accept.
The thought consciousness is not able to distinguish them.
That would be more the
Yes.
the eye consciousness.
Very good. Yeah, the direct perception, yeah, to which they
That's the eye
appear.
perception, yeah. Mhm.
Very good. Yeah, the direct perception to which they appear cannot distinguish them, yeah. Yeah, they don't
That's it.
appear separately. When you see a blue cup, you see a cup. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, very good. Okay, so that's the meaning of one entity. We could have said, yeah, the subject, the two, blue cup and cup, are one entity because they are one substance. Would you
Mhm.
accept?
Yeah, one. Oops.
Zigrunla accepts.
Yeah, accept. Yeah.
Okay, Daniel, very good. Yeah. So it
Yeah.
follows that if they are one substance, they are necessarily one entity.
Accept.
Accept. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, because how many, what is the difference between one entity and one substance? Among contradictory equivalent 3p, 4p?
3P.
Yes, 3p. Yeah, we did so, yeah, before. Yeah, we did that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
debate. Yeah. Very good. Okay. So it follows that if it is one substance, it's necessarily one entity.
Accept.
Okay. And if it is not one substance, it's necessarily different entities.
Accept.
So it follows that two horns of a rabbit are different entities.
No. Okay. I correct myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I cannot resist to make tricks, yeah. Sorry. Okay. Okay, very good. Yes. So here we have one entity. So we could say yeah, mochi in Tibetan, yeah. Okay. What one? Okay. So that one is different, yeah. Related as the same essence. Yeah, related as the same essence with functioning thing. The definition is that which is first different within the same entity with functioning thing. Yeah, it has to be one entity with functioning thing, but it is different from functioning thing, okay? And eliminated by the force of the elimination of functioning thing, yeah? If functioning thing doesn't exist, then cup cannot exist. Yeah, the subject cup is related as the same essence with functioning thing because the subject cup is different within the same entity with functioning thing. Do you agree with that first point? Yeah, cup, the subject cup is different from functioning thing and is one entity with functioning thing. Yeah, yeah, because when you see a cup, you
Yeah.
see a functioning thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, very good. And cup is eliminated by the force of the elimination of functioning thing. If you discard functioning thing, could you still have cups? No, exactly.
No.
Very good. But if you break, if there is an earthquake on this earth, which would break all the cups in this world, still does functioning thing exist? Yes. No?
Yes, yes, you could have balls that spin.
Yes, exactly. You could still have tables, human beings, sentient beings, and so on. Yeah, very good. So it follows that the subject, the two, cup and functioning thing, are one entity. You accept that? Yeah. But
Mm-hmm.
only cup is related as the same essence with functioning thing, not the way around. Yeah. Functioning thing is not related as the same essence with cup.
Mm-hmm.
Because functioning thing still survives when all the cups are destroyed. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. So that's a very important distinction to be done here. And this is exactly the point, the second point in the three requirements. Yeah, yeah, Palavila?
I didn't understand different within the same entity with functioning thing. I understood that they're one with functioning thing now, but we're saying different within the same entity.
Yes, exactly. So we cannot say that cup is one with functioning thing, yeah? Would you agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
You
subject
mean the general, it is an instance of a functioning thing, but we cannot say it is one with the generality of functioning thing because there are many
Exactly.
functioning things. Is that what it means? Okay.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. If cup were uh, if the subject cup is one with functioning thing, it follows that any functioning thing has to be cup. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
So the instance, it is the example of functioning. That's what we have to remember because there are many.
Exactly. Yes. Instance, example, illustration, what could we say as well? Manifestation. Yeah. Okay. Very good, very good. That's perfect. So this is the second point, yeah, of the three requirements. The second requirement, yeah, the subject table is an instance of existent, yeah, because cup is existent, is related as the same essence with cup, with what? With the existent. And there are many common bases which are established between non-cup and existent. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So here, that's just a point I wanted to make again. Last time we spoke about the organic rice and non-organic rice. You remember? Yeah, in order to explain why the subject generality is permanent, yeah, or the subject instance is permanent, yeah. Okay, so yeah, here we could say that if you want to read a book and your eyes have some difficulty to read some words or maybe some parts of the text, yeah. So you need some glasses, yeah, to wear glasses, yeah. Okay. So here they would illustrate the thought consciousness, yeah. It's just a mere illustration, yeah. It's not it's not true, yeah. It's not okay. And here you would have the letters which illustrate permanent phenomena, yeah. We could say, like, for instance, the letters are very small, so you need your glass to read the letters, yeah. And we could say that the numbers are big enough. You don't need your glass to read the numbers. Yeah, we could say. Yeah, for instance. Okay. So you need your glass to read the letters, but you don't need them to read the numbers. Yeah. So the numbers which illustrate impermanent phenomena are the appearing object to direct perception. Yeah. You don't have the media of the thought consciousness. Yeah. Okay. But if you want to read the book, yeah, there are the numbers of the pages and the addresses inside, or, many numbers as well. Still, you need your glass to read the book because it contains letters. Yeah. So you will not put your glass aside in order to read the book. You need to keep your glass on your nose. Yeah, in order to read the whole set, yeah, of letters and numbers. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So in that case, then the set of letters and numbers is read through the glasses of the thought consciousness. That's why the whole set is the appearing object to the glass. The whole set is the appearing object to thought consciousness. Yeah. As long as you need your thought consciousness in order to apprehend explicitly something, then it is permanent. Yeah, if it is if it is the appearing object to thought consciousness, it has to be permanent. It's a kind of golden rule in the Sautrantika following reasoning. Yeah, yeah. Do you follow me up to now?
Yeah.
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 Okay. So that's an explanation why the subject existent is permanent, why the subject definition, the subject generality, the subject instance are permanent, because some are permanent and some are impermanent. So if you want to grasp at the whole set, you need your thought consciousness, and the whole set is the appearing object to the thought consciousness. It is permanent. But if it is one of them, it's not necessarily permanent. Yeah, if you choose the numbers which illustrate impermanent phenomena, yeah. So yeah, existent is permanent, but if it is unexistent, it's not necessarily permanent. Yeah.
Mhm.
Christophe,
Yes. C'est un moment.
can we equate this with implicitly and explicitly also? Like implicitly requires thought consciousness and explicitly is a direct valid perceiver.
Yes, for explicit realization and implicit realization, they are used as well as by the thought consciousness and direct perception. Yeah? It means that direct perception has explicit apprehension or explicit realization, and implicit as well, and thought consciousness has explicit and implicit realizations as well. Yeah? Both have, because as long as you have an explicit realization by your mind, you necessarily have an implicit realization as well. For instance, if your eye perception, your eye consciousness is explicitly apprehending the color of the cup, it implicitly apprehends the non-color of the cup. Yeah. Like for instance, yeah, in some textbooks, they would say if you explicitly realize fire, you implicitly realize hot and burning. Yeah, for your thought consciousness, if you explicitly think about fire, implicitly you still realize the definition of fire. But you don't explicitly think hot and burning, you just think fire. Yeah. So you realize fire, or you explicitly apprehend fire, and implicitly you apprehend the definition of fire, we could say.
No, I'm not clear on the explicitly means can be permanent and impermanent as well.
Explicit, yes, permanent and impermanent phenomena can be realized explicitly. Yeah, that's what you mean, Titamola, or?
Yes, yes. I was like confused with the yogic direct perceiver. So in one class you asked me about whether they realize it implicitly or explicitly, the emptiness.
Yeah,
S- So
yeah, yeah. So for the Sautrantika, that they cannot go against that rule. So if it is the appearing object to thought consciousness, it has to be permanent, and it cannot be explicitly realized by a direct perception if it is permanent. If it is permanent, yeah, it can be implicitly realized by direct perception. Yeah, so it means that for the Sautrantika, because selflessness is permanent, it cannot be the appearing object to direct perception, even yogic direct perception. So the yogic direct perception would, for instance, explicitly realize the aggregates of the person and implicitly realize that there is no self in those aggregates. Yeah, it would be a direct perception, but an implicit direct perception. But even some masters would be reluctant to speak about implicit direct perception of selflessness. Like if you check in mind in Tibetan Buddhism, Lati Rinpoche would say so. He would say that there is in Tibetan very a subtle nuance. Yeah, sometimes they would say "Ngonsum du topar Jawa." They would say it is realized by direct perception, but some would say "Ngonsum yi topar Jawa." They would say that the selfless is realized by the means of a direct perception. They would say that the direct perception can only realize explicitly, of course, the person or the aggregates and so on. And the direct perception cannot really realize the selflessness. Yeah, by means of the direct perception of the aggregates, you have a direct perception of the selflessness, but they are very reluctant to say so sometimes. Yeah. So there is a in mind in Tibetan Buddhism. I will try to check the number of the page here for next time. Yeah, La Rinpoche says Ngunsundu and Ngunsung Yi. Gayata Gya Gigu Yi Sa Yi. Yeah. So by means of the direct perception of the aggregates. Yeah. Yeah. But for the Mahayanist schools, they would say, yeah, the yogic direct perception explicitly realizes emptiness. Yeah, especially for the Madhyamika, they would accept so. Yeah? Like if you check in, yeah, okay. So there are some other points here in some other books. Yeah, okay. Maybe I will give the reference. Is it more clear, or am I confusing you?
It's quite food
No,
for
it's
thought. I'll like refer more on this.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
because yeah, even sometimes, like even in debate in Tibetan Buddhism, yeah, at some point, Daniel Perdieu would say that there is no direct perception which realizes selflessness. But in this case, it means that it doesn't realize explicitly selflessness, yeah. But in Tibetan, nge can mean direct or explicit or first, or there are 5 meanings, yeah, at least 5 meanings of nge, dao, nga, narongo, sang. So that's why in some translations they would say no, there is no direct perception of permanent phenomena, but it means there is no explicit perception of permanent phenomena. Yeah, yeah, yes, Palavila.
Do you mind going to the previous slide?
Yes, this one, no?
So, letters illustrate permanent phenomena and numbers illustrate impermanent phenomena. Even if we see, whether through our glasses or our eyes, if there is no meaning generality, we don't know if it's a letter or a number. So thought consciousness has already come up.
Yeah. Yeah, some would assert so, yeah. Some would say so. They would say that the direct perception is dumb. Yeah. And the thought consciousness is very clever but blind.
Yes, I can
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah.
Because even, sound, different accents, I may not hear it at all. Only if I start learning the language, I'm like, oh, there was this difference in that sound because somebody then taught me the meaning generality of that sound. Initially, even though the sound existed, I was not hearing it. But after meaning generality got pushed into my thought consciousness, I can now hear the sound.
Yeah, like sometimes we could say that as long as we have no thought consciousness, the direct perception is a collective engager. Yeah, all that is the one simultaneous substance with the object, with the cup, for instance, has to appear to the direct perception, but it doesn't mean that the direct perception realizes that. Yeah. So that's why some people would say, yeah, direct perception is dumb, because usually speaking, if we follow the Abhidharma, they would say that what are the objects of apprehension of an eye consciousness? Only colors and shapes. Yeah, they would say that the eye consciousness can realize only colors and shapes. But a cup is much more than that, no? So, yeah, there are some debates about that. Yes, some would say, okay, if you realize the color of the cup, you realize the cup by your eye consciousness, yeah? But yeah, some teachers like Lam Rim in Nalanda would say that the eye consciousness is seeing a cup, but is not realizing a cup. Is only realizing the color and the shape of the cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the first difference between letters and numbers. But then when you come down to impermanent and permanent, I don't know how we've made that distinction here either. So
Yeah.
this example has.
So yes, this example is not really accurate for all the points, I guess. It's just to show that as long as a whole set of phenomena is the appearing object to thought consciousness, then it is permanent, yeah? But it doesn't mean that all the members of that set are permanent. Yeah, like we said, existence is permanent, but if it exists, it's not necessarily permanent, yeah? Yeah, so that's the way for the Suotrantika to explain why there is this distinction between permanent phenomena and impermanent phenomena. It's just how they relate as being appearing objects to direct perception or appearing objects to thought consciousness. Yeah, yeah. It comes from Acharya Dharmakirti when he says Shejani Chir Semani Dunji Nud Minuchir. Yes, I guess in the third chapter, yeah, of the Pramanavartika, he says, because we have two objects of comprehension, we have two types of valid cognition. Yeah, direct valid cognition and inferential valid cognition. Yeah, yeah, because they have some, as their appearing objects, respectively, they have impermanent and permanent. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so we are saying collection of objects available to your eye, direct eye consciousness. Collection is actually a permanent, permanent phenomena. If it's a collection,
If
and
we
if
say,
it is,
yeah, if we say
but
collection, yeah, collection, the subject collection is permanent, yeah,
collection is permanent.
because there are
But whether
many.
it's eye consciousness or thought consciousness, are you making a differentiation there?
Oh yes, because you have some collections. We will see that later. The collection generality, yeah, generality is defined as being a gross form, yeah. So it has to be impermanent. So it has to be the appearing object to thought to direct perception, yeah. But collection itself is the appearing object to thought consciousness because there are many collections which are permanent, like space in the east, space in the west. They are not collection generalities, yeah, but they are collections. Space in the east, space in the west, all together, it's a collection of space, yeah. But it is permanent, yeah. Yeah. Wow, fantastic. Wow, so good. So good. Because that's the very basics, yeah, the very basic rule of the Sotrantika in order to explain why we have those specific points, yeah. Yeah. Okay, very good. Perfect. Yeah, the whole set of letters and numbers is read through the glasses of thought consciousness. So the whole set is in this example, yeah, mere illustration, yeah, the whole set is permanent, yeah. So appearing object to thought consciousness means permanent, yeah. Yunzin Pulbuchok would say so, yeah. Yeah, they are equivalent, yeah. Tope no yun, takpa, they are equivalent, yeah. Okay, very good. Okay. So that's okay for this. And we try to debate. Oh, okay. Okay. So last time we debated the comparison between instance and generality, you remember? Yeah, how many points did we find? 4, yeah, 4 and 4, so 8 points. Okay. Very good. Okay. And now, okay. So it follows that if they are equivalent, they are necessarily instances of the same generalities. If they are equivalent, if two phenomena are equivalent, they are necessarily instances of the same generalities. No, no for Panavila. So I will ask you to justify after. So think about your your reasoning.
I would accept.
Ah, okay. You don't like that.
I would accept, but I'm like sitting on the fence at the same time.
Daniel accepts, but he would say like accept and why together, all together.
Yeah. I'm sitting on the fence there.
Yeah. So if two phenomena are equivalent, they are necessarily instances of the same generalities. Mm. So, okay, so if we say accept, okay. Okay. So it follows that the two functioning thing and able to perform function are equivalent. Yeah.
Accept.
Yes, they're equivalent because
Because they are definition and definientum.
yes, if it's a definition and it's definiendum, they are necessarily equivalent.
Accept.
Okay, so it follows that if they are equivalent, they are instances of the same generalities. It follows that the subject able to perform function is an instance of definiendum. Or functioning thing is an instance of definition.
Okay, no.
No. The subject functioning thing is not an instance of definition because
Can you repeat?
the subject functioning thing is not an instance of definition because
Oh, it is an instance of definition. Functioning thing.
yeah, it
Why?
is.
It
It
is.
is. It is.
Yeah.
Okay. So okay. So it follows that functioning thing is a definition.
Oh, no, it's not.
No. Ah, yeah, Daniel.
Functioning thing would be the definiendum, no?
Ah, yeah. The subject functioning thing is not a definition because it is a definiendum. Yeah. Okay, and the subject able to perform function is not a definiendum because
Because it's a definition.
yes, exactly. So even if two phenomena are equivalent, they are not necessarily instances of the same generalities. Wow, that's fantastic, yeah. Philosophy to get crazy. Okay, okay, so perfect. Try to check some other things. Okay, like for instance, okay, the subject. The subject, okay. Different from cup is an instance of different.
Can you just repeat that?
Yeah, it follows that the subject different from cup is an instance of different.
Accept.
Okay, accept. Why?
Why?
Ah, okay. So I will try to check the first why, then we will try to check the accept after. Okay, so it follows that the subject different from cup is not an instance of different.
Accept.
Okay, it is not because
Because the definition of different is diverse phenomena. It has to encompass at least two phenomena.
Yes, very good.
And
Yeah.
different from what was it? Is one.
Yeah, it is one. Yeah, the subject different from cup is one.
Except.
So it is not an instance of different. Yes. And also the third requirement would not function. Yeah. Yeah. There are not many common bases which are established between that which is not different from cup and that would be different.
Okay.
The third requirement, yeah, you remember? The subject cup
Yeah,
is an
yeah.
instance of functioning thing because it is a functioning thing. It is related as the same essence with functioning thing, and many other functioning things are not cup. Yeah. Okay. And now, different from cup. The subject different from cup. If it is an instance of different, it has to be different, so it doesn't work. It has to be related as the same essence with different. We could say, yeah, this could work. But the third one, there are not many instances of different which are not different from cup. Because what exists and is not different from cup in the whole universe?
Only cup.
Only cup. There is only cup which exists and is not different from cup. So there are not many common bases which are not different from cup and which are still different. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I see.
Wonderful. Okay.
Impressive.
So now, Daniel, it follows that the subject different from cup is different, is an instance of different. No.
No, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no.
Exactly. Why? Very good. Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah. Okay. So in the textbook, we have in the order, we have type generality in the terminological division. We have type generality, meaning generality, and collection generality. Yeah? The meaning generality, we will see that a bit later because it's more, how do you say, more complex. Yeah. So first, we will see the collection generality. Yeah. So the definition of a collection generality. So I should have put a slide here, but okay. That's okay. It's a gross form which is made of its many parts. Yeah. Mhm.
First form made.
Yeah. Which is made of its many parts, many assembled parts. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Rangi chashe duma la dube. Rangi chashe duma dube zukrahwa. Yeah. So it has to be a gross form which is made of its many parts. Yeah. Okay, that's quite easy, yeah? It follows that the subject cup is a collection generality. Yes, it is because,
It is because it is a gross form made of parts.
yes, exactly. So if it is a gross form made of many parts, it's necessarily a collection generality. Yeah,
Except, I think so. If it's a gross form made of many parts, it should, because it is a definition, yes.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, that's the definition given by Yonzin Burbucho. Yeah,
Does
one
it,
given.
sorry, does it mean, is it like parts of like material? Like it's a cross form of many atoms? Or does
Yes,
it mean
exactly.
it's a cross form of many time instances? Like the cup yesterday and the cup today?
Good question. Yeah, the cup. We could say that the cup, the continuum has many parts, yeah, and in the continuum of the cup has many parts, yeah, the cup of yesterday, the cup of today, and so on. But the continuum itself, yeah, yeah, there would be some debates. Yeah, some people would say the continuum is a mere imputation, yeah, and some others would say the continuum of matter is yeah, at some point is matter, yeah, is constituted by the the different segments of matter at each instant of time and so on. Yeah? Yeah, so why not? Okay, but usually speaking, they would say made of many parts, like many branches, we could say. The eastern part, western part, northern part, and so on. Yeah, mostly they would speak about that. Yeah, because yeah,
I mean, time is not form, no, isn't it formless? So then temporal will not come into this because it says definition is gross form.
yeah. If we say that the cup of yesterday, then it is, and the cup of today and the cup of tomorrow, they are cups. Yeah. So they are not time. Yeah. Time itself would be a continuum. Yeah. But
We're
without.
talking about gross form yesterday, gross form today. Therefore,
Yeah.
is it a collection? Oh,
Yes.
antique objects. Is it a collection? Okay.
Yeah. Very good. Yes. Okay. So now, if we compare type generality and collection generality, how many points? Wow. You have 1 hour. Type generality and collection generality. Contradictory, equivalent, 3P, 4P.
I think it's 3P.
3P for Zingrunla.
I was heading that way as well. I
Yeah,
was,
Daniel as well. Mm. Okay, so maybe you have different perversions, yeah? That's possible, yeah. Because for 3P we need to know the perversion. Yeah? Opposite the perversion?
Mhm.
If it is a collection generality, it's not necessarily a type generality, but if it's a type generality, it's necessarily a collection generality.
Daniel, do you agree?
Maybe it's also 4P.
This sounds good so far, Tigran.
Okay, so it follows that the subject existent is a gross form. Yeah, it follows that the subject existent is a type generality, yeah? Ah,
Except, yeah.
so it has to be a collection generality.
Mm.
So it follows that if it is permanent, it can be a gross form. Yeah, the subject existent is permanent, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Because it is permanent because
Yes, it is a generality.
so if it is a generality, it's necessarily permanent.
No, it can be permanent or impermanent.
Okay,
But existent is an example of permanent generality.
exactly. Yeah,
Mhm.
so we can say, yeah, it is permanent because it is a permanent generality. Why not? Okay, and it is a permanent generality because
Permanent.
Appearing object to thought consciousness.
yes, yeah, it follows that if it is the appearing object to thought consciousness, it's necessarily permanent.
Mhm.
Accept.
Yeah, it's the golden rule written in fire letters in the sky of the Sotrantika, yeah?
So yeah, this is that can be debated, right? Because I don't think only for Sautrantika, my Madhyamaka has invalidated it. Is it?
Yes, especially the Prasangika, I would say the Prasangika would say, okay, if it is the appearing object to thought consciousness, it is permanent. But if it is permanent, it's not necessarily the appearing object to thought consciousness. Yeah, they would say 3P. Yeah, they would say, for instance, emptiness is not necessarily the appearing object to thought consciousness. It can be the appearing object to direct perception. Yeah, yogic direct perception. And the Prasangika would say we can have an explicit direct realization of emptiness. But the Sotrantika are not possible. They cannot go against their rule. Yeah, it's like written like the you know, like the, how do you say, it's sealed by the kings of the Sotrantika, like Acharya Adignaga and Acharya Dharmakirti.
But can I ask, appearing object to thought consciousness, our thoughts are constantly appearing to thought consciousness, and it is constantly changing. How can it be
Thoughts? Yeah.
permanent?
Yeah. So there is a debate like this in knowing, naming, and negation. Yeah, from Anne Klein. Yeah, in the very beginning, there is a debate like this. We can say, okay, when we have a thought consciousness, it is produced by seeds. Yeah, we have seeds. They germinate and they produce a thought consciousness. So the thought consciousness is a consciousness. So it has to be impermanent. Yeah. But the appearing object of that thought consciousness is permanent. Yeah.
What is the appearing object of that thought consciousness?
So you can have the meaning generalities, and you can have also other permanent phenomena like uncompounded space, selflessness, existent, and so on. Yeah. Thank you, Zigruna. I try to join tomorrow. Yeah. I will try. Thank you. Yes. So we could say that if it is a meaning generality, it's necessarily the appearing object to thought consciousness. But if it is an appearing object to thought consciousness, it's not necessarily a meaning generality. It can be uncompounded space, existent, and so on. They are not mere concepts. They exist, yeah, somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, very good. Yeah, so we will dive into that when we will get into the meaning generalities, which is a tough topic, yeah. Okay, very good. Yeah. So, okay, the subject existent. Do you agree that it is permanent? Yeah, existent, the subject existent is permanent because it is the appearing object of thought consciousness. Yeah, okay. Very good. Okay, so if it is permanent, it cannot be a collection generality. Accept. It cannot be a collection generality because
Because collection generality is a collection of gross parts.
yes, it is a
That's
gross
impermanent.
form, yeah? If it is a gross form, it's necessarily not permanent. Okay, very good. Yeah. Very good. Yeah, form has to be impermanent, yeah, because it is one of the three main divisions of impermanent phenomena, yeah, form, consciousness, and NECP. Yeah? So if it is form, it has to be impermanent, yeah, impermanent, yeah. Yeah. If it is made of subtle particles and so on, it has to change. You know, all the atoms and so on are quickly changing moment by moment and so on. Yeah. Okay, very good. Okay, so it seems that the reason given is not sufficient. Yeah? If we say, okay, okay, what was it? The common base? It was no, it was 3P. Yeah. Okay. This 3P cannot work. Yeah. If it is a collection generality, it's necessarily no. If it is a type generality, it's necessarily a collection generality. It cannot work. Yeah. because existent is a type generality, but is not a collection generality. Yeah? Okay, so it can be the other way around if you accept 3P. Yeah? If it is a collection generality, it has to be a type generality. Would you accept that? If it is a collection generality, it's necessarily a type generality? No? Palavila says no? Oh, no, because
Because type generality can be permanent, and collection generality is impermanent.
yes, exactly. Collection generality is impermanent. So if we say that if it is a collection generality, it has to be a type generality, then okay. But we could say, yes, it could be a type generality like, okay, like if it is a red cup, it has to be a cup.
Indeed, yeah.
Okay. And if it is a red cup, yeah, it has many instances, yeah. Red cup from made in not China, but made in India. Well, especially nowadays. Yeah. Okay. Red cup made in India, red cup made in France, and so on. Yeah. So there are instances of red cup, yeah. So red cup is a type generality, yeah. Is an impermanent type generality. Yeah. Okay, very good. But if we speak about, for instance, okay, table and chair or cup and table, it follows that it is a gross form made of its many parts.
It is not a collection
Why?
generality.
It is not. Okay. It follows the subject, the two, cup and table, the whole set, yeah, the cup and table is not a gross form made of its many parts.
Except
Okay, it is not because?
it is phenomena impossible to be.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is a phenomenon impossible to be. So we will get into that just after. But do you agree that, okay, very good. Like for instance, you have a very small car and you need to move. Yeah, you need to move from one apartment to the other. Yeah, you have a very small car and you have many tables and many cups, but they don't fit into the car because they are too big. Yeah, there are so many. Yeah? So it is gross form, yeah, because it is obstructive, yeah. It cannot it cannot cross the borders of the car.
But this we are talking about the set,
Yeah. Yes.
and set is like thought. It's a thought.
Ah. Hmm. Yeah, we could say that our thought consciousness is thinking about cup and table. Yeah. Okay. So cup and table would be the conceived objects of that thought consciousness, yeah, not the appearing object, yeah. It cannot be. Or we could say the object of engagement of that thought consciousness. Yeah. Okay. So we could say that we need our thought consciousness in order to exclude, like for instance, carpets and beds, for instance. Yeah. We include only cups and table. Yeah. Cups and tables. So our thought consciousness is excluding everything else. But still, is cup and table a gross form? Is cup a gross form and table a gross form? If you want to put all your tables and your cups in a very, very tiny car, it cannot go inside, yeah? Because the car is too small. So it means that it is a gross form, it is obstructive, and it's made by its many parts, the cups and the tables.
Yeah, even last time when this was discussed, after the class, I was thinking about that picture of sprout and the seed and the sprout together, they form a set, and it's not a phenomena impossible to be because in that picture, the sprout and the seed are together.
Ah,
So
yes,
even I am not convinced by
yeah.
my own position.
Yes, they are all together, that's true. On on the image, if we say a seed and its sprout, yeah, they can be represented by the same image, and they can we can say their images can be simultaneous. Yeah, you have an image of the seed, you take a picture of the seed and you take a picture of the sprout. You put the two pictures all together, you have a seed and a sprout, the image of a seed and a sprout all together. That's true. Yeah. Okay. But you cannot have the seed and the sprout all together. Yeah, they cannot appear together. It's not possible. Yeah. Because the seed and its sprout, yeah, have to exist one before the other. Yeah.
But what about that stage? Like it is the picture is a depiction of that stage only where seed and the sprout are together,
Yeah.
if you remember. So
Yeah.
that picture has been taken like of a real sprout and seed when they are together inside the soil.
Yeah. So you mean that you could have a seed and its sprout together in the soil?
Yeah, and likewise the cup and table can also be together. I don't know.
Yeah. So we could say that a seed and a sprout can coexist, but that seed and that sprout are not cause and effect if they coexist, yeah? Because cause and effect have to be sequential, yeah?
Okay, but what about that picture in which the sprout which has come from that seed only?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that
So, mm,
huh.
yes. So if we have a picture with a seed and its sprout, for instance, so we have the picture of the seed and we put it all together with another picture, which is the picture of the sprout. So in this case, we have a collection generality, we have a gross form because images are sufficiently visible, so they are gross enough and they are forms, yeah? So in this case, the seed and the sprout, or the image, yeah, the image of the seed and the sprout is a collection generality, yeah? But the seed and its sprout, yeah, we cannot say that it's a collection generality because when one exists, the other doesn't exist. The seed itself is a collection generality. The sprout is a collection generality, but the seed and its sprout are not. Because one has to exist before the other, eh? Or maybe I'm not getting your questions at the moment.
Like if we the picture like in the slide,
Yeah.
there's one stage of it's shown that the sprout is coming out from the seed.
Yeah. So we
So
have a
both are
germinated.
visible at one time.
Oh, yes, we have a
Yeah.
germinated sprout, a germinated seed. Yeah.
Yeah, germinated seed. So we'll call it a sprout altogether, or the seed is also visible, right?
Oh, yeah. So we can say that a germinated seed is something like a hybrid phenomenon, which is a seed and a sprout. We can say that it's a in-between stage between the seed and the full grown sprout, we could say. Okay. We could say that it's a germinated seed, but it's not a seed and a sprout. Because one is the cause and the other is the effect, and they necessarily have to come one after the other. Yeah,
Okay, now it's clear.
yeah,
So
but still,
likewise, even cup and table cannot is it's an phenomena impossible to be.
yeah, cup
Yeah.
and table are a phenomenon impossible to be. Exactly, they are impermanent, impossible to be, or form impossible to be. Yeah. So they are gross form impossible to be. That's why they are a collection generality, but they are not a generality because there is no instance of cup and table. Yeah, there is no manifestation of both cup and table. Yeah? So the collection generality cup and table is a collection generality, but is not a type generality because there are no instances of that. It's impossible to be, yeah, as you said. Yeah, do you follow me, everyone?
Yep. Yeah.
Pas la villa.
I wanted to ask about the seed and sprout as well, just to clarify. In my head, the only way I could reconcile it was it's not the substantial cause of the seed is not the substantial cause of the sprout,
Oh,
because the differentiation
yeah.
between substantial cause and conditions, because multiple things
Yeah.
have to come into play. So
Mm.
unless you are exactly the immediate preceding cause, you're not. Only the immediate preceding cause ceases to exist once the effect takes place. Like mother
Mm.
and child, you
Mm.
know, like the mother goes and gets a sonography, you have two heartbeats in the same body. They exist, gross form exists together at the same time. Then, like, oh, how can the mother is, as soon as the baby's heartbeat starts, or whenever you define that now there is another being, the cause and effect, so then the mother is not the substantial cause or the immediate preceding cause of the child.
Mm. So it follows that in order to be the substantial cause of a phenomenon, it has to be the direct cause of that phenomenon.
Direct cause. Yeah, I'm sorry. I
Ah,
meant direct cause, not
yeah, yeah.
substantial cause.
Okay, so direct cause and yeah. So yeah, as we saw before, yeah, we have 4P between substantial cause and direct cause, yeah. Yeah. So it can be both, it can be one and not the other, and so on, yeah. But the mother cannot be the substantial cause of the baby anyway. Yeah, because the entity of the mother doesn't become the entity of the baby. Yeah?
Yes,
We
yes.
can say that the body of the mother is, or one part of the body of the mother, this is one part of the substantial cause, one of the one of the substantial causes of the body of the baby. Yeah,
Right, right. So
very
she's not the
good.
direct cause or the substantial cause.
She can be a direct cause, yeah. Yeah, when the baby, we can say, okay, for Buddhism, we say that birth is occurring when the mind of the Bardowa is entering the cells for human beings, yeah, for human beings, when the mind is uniting with the cells of the parents, yeah. So that's what we call birth in Buddhism, yeah. But you can say yes, the mother, when the mind is connecting with the cells, just at that moment, the previous moment, yeah, the mother, or we could say, yeah, the mother is a direct cause because
But
she cannot be the substantial cause, but she can be a direct cooperative condition.
direct cooperative condition, but not direct cause, because the direct cause she will cease to exist after.
Ah, so it follows that my mom doesn't exist anymore because I'm the effect and I exist now.
No, I thought that was the definition, direct cause, because cause and effect cannot exist. Like
Yeah.
that's why the seed and sprout are not existing at the same time.
Exactly. We can say that the very
The
instant,
moment,
yeah, exactly.
I
But the
see.
continuum of my mem still exists when the continuum of its effect exists, yeah, hopefully.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, very good. Okay, but the very cause of that effect has to disappear when the effect arises. But the continuum of the cause can still be there, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah. Like for instance, you need the sunlight for the sprout. The very moment of the sunlight, which is a condition of the sprout, is disappearing when the subsequent moment of the sprout is arising. Yeah, but the sunlight is still there. Yeah, as a continuum. Wow. Very good. So no headache up to now.
It's okay.
Very good. Okay, so how many points between type generality and collection generality? Mm-hmm.
Three piece.
Sorry, Tsutamamula?
3 piece.
3P, yeah? So what would be the perversion?
Collection generality can be a type generality, but type generality is not necessarily a collection generality.
Mhm. Okay, so if we say like for the perversion, yeah, if it is a collection generality, it's necessarily or it can be a type generality.
It is necessarily a type
Ah,
generality.
okay, so the subject, the two, the whole set, yeah, the whole set of cups and tables is a type generality, yeah?
Yeah, except.
So there are many instances of cup and table, of the set cup and table,
Oh, no, no.
yeah? We can use a cup as a table, yeah, maybe for a tiny, tiny being or a very, very, very huge cup. Yeah, but to use a table as a cup would be more difficult. Okay. Okay. So there is no instance of cup and table, yeah? There are many instances of cups, of cup, and many instances of table, but as we said before, a cup and table is an object of knowledge impossible to be. So it means that nothing is cup and table. Yeah? So they have no instance. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So still it is a collection generality because it's a gross form made of its many parts. Yeah? Okay. So it follows that if it is a collection generality, it's not necessarily a type generality.
Yeah, except.
Okay. Okay, so 3P is difficult to hold, yeah? Thank you, Daniel. See you maybe tomorrow. Pallavi, sorry, it was Pallavila. Yes, see you tomorrow, I guess. Okay, so yes, if we say 3P, there are some difficulties, yeah? So what would be the answer?
I think it would be 4P in that case, huh?
Ah, yes. I guess more close to 4P, no?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you know, we already found something which is both, yeah, a common base between type generality and collection generality. Yeah, for instance, yeah, for instance,
You find it, but
cap, yeah, the subject cap, it follows it is a collection generality, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and it follows it is a type generality, yeah, cap. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, because cap has many instances, yeah.
Hmm.
Even that cup has many instances, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, indeed.
That cup seen by me, seen by you, and so on, yeah? Okay, very good. Okay, so we have common bases, so they are not contradictory, yeah? So we found also collection generality, which is not a generality or type generality, yeah? Yeah,
Mhm.
like cup and table, yeah? Yeah, okay. So that's why there are some collection generalities which are not type generalities. That's why it's a terminological division. You remember we said that, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah,
indeed. Yeah.
terminological division in three, because some collection generalities are not generalities, yeah? Okay, so now a type generality which is not a collection generality. Yeah, easy, yeah? And it follows we can posit a type generality which is not a collection generality.
Permanent phenomena.
Yes, exactly. Like if we say
Yeah.
permanent, yeah? Permanent is a type generality because there are many instances of permanent. And it is
Mhm.
not a collection generality. It is not because,
Because it's not a collection or gross collection.
yes, if it is not a gross form made of its many parts, it cannot be a collection generality. Yeah? Very
Except.
good. Very good. And now maybe 4p. Yeah, we need something which is none of them. Yeah, among existent, yeah, among phenomena. Otherwise, horned rabbit is too easy. Which is not a type generality. It exists, but it is not a type generality, and it is not a collection generality. Ah, more crunchy, yeah.
Yes.
So of course, horned rabbit would work, yeah, if we don't
Yes.
specify it exists, yeah, it would work, yeah. So we'd have 4p anyway. But here more like yeah, it's always more a challenge to find something which exists, yeah.
Mhm.
So it has no instances, yeah, and it is not a gross form. It is not it is not a gross kind of matter.
Functioning thing.
Ah, functioning thing. Yeah, functioning thing. Functioning thing is not a collection generality, I would agree. I-
Mhm.
Isn't it a type generality?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
It has many instances, yeah. Functioning thing, no? Yeah. Okay. So what could it be? Yeah,
Mm.
if you choose, for instance, yeah, permanent, impossible to be, yeah? Like space in the east and space in the west. Yeah, it's not a collection generality. Yes. And
Yes. Yeah.
it is not a generality, it is not a type generality as well. Yeah, because
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it has no instances, yeah. Space in the east and space in the west. Yeah, there is nothing which is both, yeah. Good.
Mhm.
Or we could say like 2 or 3 smallest particles. Yeah. They are not gross form. Yeah.
Mhm.
They are subtle form. And nothing can be those 2 or 3 particles, yeah. So they are impossible to be as well.
Yeah. But it would have to be a permanent impossible to be.
Yeah, impermanent, impossible to be, yeah, or even subtle form, impossible to be, yeah, impossible to be. Very good. So we have 4p between what and what?
Type generality and collection generality.
Yes, perfect. Very good. So I will have some slides for next time in order to illustrate those points, and we will debate again, and I will try to join tomorrow as well, yeah, for the practice debate
Can
club.
I
Okay.
ask?
Thanks.
Can I
Thanks
ask
so much.
one question? Last question,
Yes, please.
Christophila.
Yes.
Okay. One thing that Prasangika realizes emptiness explicitly. So we have also learned in Nalanda courses that ultimately, like ultimate truth doesn't exist ultimately.
Yes.
So what does Prasangika see? Like what it realizes explicitly?
Mhm. When the yogi is realizing emptiness directly,
Yes, because ultimate truth doesn't exist ultimately. So what does it realize?
yeah. So when we say nothing exists ultimately, are we saying nothing exists?
No.
No,
No.
but ultimate truth doesn't
Yeah,
exist ultimately, right?
exactly, because nothing can exist ultimately.
Okay, but we are not saying, yeah, we are not going towards nihilism.
Exactly, we are not saying that ultimate truth doesn't exist. Yeah, it exists, but it cannot exist ultimately because nothing can for the
Yeah.
Prasangika. Yeah? Or even we could
Mhm.
say for the Madhyamika in general, yeah? Nothing can exist ultimately, yeah? Yeah, because existent and conventionally existent are equivalent for Prasangika,
Mhm.
yeah? Very good. So the yogi which is directly perceiving, maybe we should ask Aryanagarjuna, but I don't have his phone number. unfortunately. But we could ask His Holiness Dalai Lama, but I don't have his phone number as well. When he's realizing directly and explicitly emptiness, yeah, yeah, he realizes the ultimate truth. But yes, yes, he will realize that emptiness is empty of ultimate existence. I guess. Okay. Yeah. So if the yogi is looking for his own emptiness, yeah, so he will submit his own self in the ultimate X-ray machine, yeah. Okay. So he will not find itself, yeah, because the person is not observed. Yeah, the person is a conventional truth, and because of the cognitive obstruction, we cannot, as non-Buddha, we cannot perceive directly both truth, yeah, conventional and ultimate. Either it's the one or it's the other. So for me, I don't perceive directly ultimate truth anyway, only conventional truth. Okay, but so the person will realize will realize its emptiness directly, but still the person will not realize the ultimate truth of that emptiness. Yeah, that person has to check now, okay, is that emptiness an ultimate existent or a conventional existent? And then the ultimate analysis will prove that emptiness is empty of inherent existence or is empty of ultimate existence. Yeah? So it means that you need to submit this emptiness in the ultimate X-ray machine in order to understand that it is empty of ultimate existence. Yeah? Yeah? Is it more clear? Okay. Very good. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. It was a great pleasure to try to confuse you and myself as well instead of clarifications, and we can make the dedications as usually. And if you can meet tomorrow as well for the debate club, that would be nice. If you can't, that's okay, no problem. And we try to meet next week. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for the sake of all the beings. Thank you so much, everyone. Yeah.
Thank
If
you.
anybody who's not in the practice group wants to join, just send a message and I'll give you the Skype link.
Okay. Very good. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you to
problem.
everyone. Thank you, Chavila, for your help for the recording and so on. And see you next time. Bye bye.
Okay.
Bye bye.